What's up, YouTube? Subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications. I talk about a lot of different content on my channel. It ain't always just about music or tattoos. Sometimes it's just about, I've talked about politics. I've talked about all kinds of shit. Usually it's the interest, stuff that I'm interested in, like tattoos and working on cars and stuff like that. So I will do a lot of videos on the content of things that I enjoy in life and, stuff like that. It used to be real, like my personal views on the world. I try not to do that a lot in politics or just family stuff like that or stuff about my life. But anyways, thanks for tapping in, clicking in, tuning in, all that stuff. I did a video a couple of days ago about the disc that was put out on Lefty by bands. Man, there's so much that I could talk about. I didn't want to make it a long video. It was already like 20 minutes long video. I didn't want to make it too long, but there was a lot of, I think Lefty had already dissed bands in a song. He said he was gonna put him on a shirt and shit like that, stuff that I didn't even put in the video. And he was Lefty was dissing the North Daniel rappers, and then Lazy Boy was the first one to diss him on Bluebird. I actually liked that jam. I liked that one a little bit more than Band's diss, but that's just me personally. I'm old school, and it just had more of an old school, simple vibe, because I'm a Woody and Big Tone fan. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Adam from No Jumper. And I also wanted to mention and shout out the channel Gunnerz Collective TV. Also Collective Clips. I think there's 2 different channels that he does podcasts on. But I'm a subscriber and a viewer, man, and if you watch my video where I was talking about the Lefty disc, I explained about myself, and I'm from Texas and stuff like that, and we got nothing but love and respect for Cali, and especially where I'm from in Texas, where there's a lot of similarity with Texans and our swag and our get down and Northern Cali, and just having respect and love for y'all's culture and y'all's get down, stuff like that, and liking the similarities. There's a lot of similarities. I always have been. So but anyways, Gunner Collective TV, I think he just put out today where he's talking about talking about Adam, and I had been wanting to do a video about Adam from No Jumper for days. Ever since the diss happened, I've been wanting to talk about it. And then I saw an interview where Adam was talking to Whack 100 about Lefty, and Lefty, I thought Adam was cool with Lefty. I thought he's showing love, or he's trying to help artists get more exposure and stuff like that. Nah. And then he wants to talk mess about Lefty. Now, I'm not a Lefty fan. I'm not trying to be biased or unbiased against the Sordino rappers, because like I said in my previous video, I'm a fan of North Daniel rappers. But and again, we're not going to talk about gang politics, because anybody who's been about that life or knows about that life, or has had friends or been affiliated with that life, even been around it, knows what's up and knows what it is. And most people like me or anybody else who's lived in different hoods and been around different, sets and stuff like that, we know the business. Like, the less you talk, the less you talk about things, and the less you talk, the better, better to keep quiet on things or things you've experienced, And that's just the G code, you know what I mean? Whether you're affiliated or non-affiliated. And like I said in my previous video, I'm non-affiliated. I'm from Texas. We have our whole different thing down here, you know, and I'm just a simple dude, simple civilian, working, hustling, just trying to get my money, trying to be two goals in life: be the best father I can be in my life to my kids, and support my kids financially and emotionally in every kind of aspect, and be their leader and guide them in a positive way, and be the best father I can be, and then be the best tattoo artist I can be. Because music didn't work out for me, you know, like I was recording music 10, 15 years ago and putting out songs and stuff like that and producing music. That wasn't the route that was meant for me. Even though I love to write songs and I'm fucking old school with it, I'm all about the lyricism. That's just not the route as far as financially for me. That's just a hard business to get into. And as you can see, this is the route that I've chosen and what suits me. But anyways, that's enough on me. We're gonna talk about Adam. And I wanted to say a big shout out to Gunner Collective TV, a big supporter of the channel. And I agree with everything he said today. He did a podcast today. He posted a video today about talking about Adam. He mentioned some of the ways that Adam moves. I'm not gonna slander Adam or anything like that, because I do tune into his podcast, obviously. What attracted me to No Jumper months and months ago, maybe a year ago, was I was a big viewer. Like I viewed and followed Sharp from the Shark Tank. You know, however you want to call him, Sharp, Pimp Sharp, whatever. But I find him very entertaining. I think he's, you know, he's got some class. He's a cool cat. You know what I mean? He's old school with it, he seems, and I just like his whole vibe and get down, and I like everything he has to say. And I was just viewing in, tapping in to see Sharp, and then that's how I got introduced to No Jumper as far as being a viewer. But the stuff that Adam's been putting out, the stuff that I've been watching, and like I agree with Gunner Collective TV, is that Adam, this is my spin on it. I agree with everything that Gunner said, but I want to add to that and elaborate. In my opinion, this is my own different opinion. It might be a little different than Gunner, but I think Adam is not trying to help or build up the minorities that he has on his platform, as far as Hispanic and black and brown people, as far, you know, helping them out to any degree. I don't think what I think he's doing is exploiting their hardships and their drama and putting it out there where it can cause chaos and division, and he's just profiting off of that. Now, I mean, a businessman and a capitalist is going to profit off of anything that they can profit off of. But come on, hasn't the Europeans done that with everything in life? I mean, look at the history of Native Americans and stuff like that. My ancestors, the Spaniards, did that, colonized, and we're not going to get into history and talk about hardcore politics and shit like that. And I'm not trying to get preachy and shit, but my own ancestors colonized half of the world. You got Mexico, you got South America, you got Puerto Rico, all these places, Colombia, all these places. What do they speak? What's their religion? Catholicism. What do they speak? Spanish. From one little bitty place in Europe, Spain, and you got all these other countries speaking Spanish. Why? Because they colonized. Because they conquered. The conquistadors conquered, enslaved. You know what I mean? Pushed their language and religion on the natives from every land, from the Native Americans to the Aztecs, to the natives in Puerto Rico and all those other Peru and all those other down south places, colonizing people, mixed in with them people, and then made them speak their language and their religion, and that's what they did. But I'm not going to get on religion or politics and get preachy, but that's what they did. And so come on, that's what they know is capitalization and exploitation and profiting off of somebody else's struggles. And that's what Adam is doing. I didn't mean to go hardcore like that. Anyways, and it's the truth. Anybody who hears it knows the truth. Anybody who knows the culture, like Mexican culture, Gunner will agree with me. A lot of other people will agree with me. You know what I mean? It's a mixture of races, Europeans, Spaniards, and Native Americans mixed together, mostly because colonization and enslavement and how many Native Americans were killed? We're talking about millions, just like the Holocaust. Took from their land. Everything was took from them, their people, all that, you know? Now, I don't want to get into that hardcore like that, but, and I'm not saying Adam is just a bad guy or anything, but he's not in for the people. He doesn't have the people's interests at heart. He does not. He's not caring about the Crips and Bloods, like, better in their neighborhoods. And hey, let's stay away from the drama. Y'all should talk about a peace treaty, or y'all should do this in a positive way, or do that in a positive way. Nah, he ain't talking about no positivity. He got people on there banging on each other, different sets, talking shit about each other, dissing each other from different gangs and shit. I'm gonna say one last thing at the end of the video about Adam. But anyways, this whole thing where he's just, so these people, man, product of their environment, just trying to survive. They're part of the game, part of the struggle, you know. And what he's doing is he's just putting them out there, getting views off of them and exploiting them and getting some money out of it. And hey, man, to each their own. But look here. Adam is, I'm gonna tell you what Adam is. Dude is and I could be wrong. He quote me if he's from the hood or from something, you know. You can correct me, okay? Because I don't know Adam from Adam. But seriously, from what I've seen, just viewing, this dude is just some white boy from the suburbs who's got a big platform, and he, instead of talking about the universe, government conspiracies, anything big or anything that can get numbers as far as what people tap into, this fool, he's tapped into the music business. This fool wants to bring on gang members, people from the hood, from the barrios, people from the projects. He wants to bring those people to his platform, which he knows nothing about that culture, or he's not from those places, and he wants to have he be surrounded by those type of people with they have their own issues and dramas, and you putting yourself in the mix between that, and then you go back and forth saying stuff about certain people when things ain't going your way, like the way he did with Lefty. You know what I mean? Dude needs, I don't know, but I know one thing, he ain't moving like he has the people's best interests at heart. I think when he first, honestly, I think what he was doing like a year or two ago, he was kind of more like being unbiased and mutual, an outsider, you know, and that's how he should have kept it if he wants to keep entertaining real life gangsters and real life people about that dangerous lifestyle, and they got that drama and war going on. If you going to put yourself in the mix, you need to stay somebody that's mutual and stay somebody that wants to stay out of that drama. You just here to interview these people, get their opinions and get what they have to say, and the things that they want to put out, but you're unbiased. You're not picking any side. You need to keep that as your main thing, because you just somebody from the suburb. You're just somebody that ain't in the mix with all that, and you don't want to get in the mix with all that. You don't. But what you're doing is you're enjoying the ride. You done got comfortable being around these gangbangers. Now you think you can just go ahead and bring one on there, have him talk shit about Norteños, and then the like what's his name, Bands, comes back. It's kind of like instigated, comes back from those disses off of your platform, and then he disses the dude's hood and goes to his hood. That was all kind of orchestrated and, like, as far as like instigated. Had neither one of them been on there dissing each other on Adam's platform, would that have even happened? Probably not. And then he's profiting off of that because people are tuning into his shit. And then the guy that he had on there dissing Bands, now he's going back and saying stuff about Lefty and making it seem like, and then he's got another guy on there, which I like Whack 100. I think he's a solid to his, whatever he, his culture, like his, what he reps, he's solid with that. He seems like a real one. But he's got somebody else on there saying some stuff. I mean, Adam's got somebody else on there saying some stuff about Lefty, and that can go sideways. You know what I mean? That's not something that you really want to be doing and putting out. That's Adam's platform, and he knows what he's doing, and he's, you know what I mean? I don't think that's good. So the last thing I want to say is, Adam from No Jumper, he don't want to be in that mix, and he's putting himself in the mix, having rival gangs going back and forth, dissing on his platform. Then it's spilled out into the music, and then dissing on the music. He's in the middle of all that, and he's not saying everybody calm and chill and, hey, there needs to, better y'all's communities or anything like that. He's just egging it on, like, oh, I'm gonna go back and say this and go back and say that with one person to the other, like going back and forth and just hyping this shit up to get more views. But what is that gonna do for the blacks and browns? What is that gonna do for the people that are real with it in those sets and that lives that lifestyle? They're the ones that are gonna get hemmed up. Those are the ones that they're gonna be instigated to do some shit, and then when they get caught up, they're gonna be hemmed up. They're the ones that are gonna risk their lives when shit pops off. And what is he gonna be doing, sitting behind some goddamn desk worrying about his numbers and views with his fucking what do you call it, protection and security around him? He ain't gonna be phased unless the shit really pops off at the No Jumper, like in the studio or whatever at the fucking in LA, and that could happen too. But why? Because you wanted to interview some gangbangers, and when they were talking, too much as far as like saying stuff about each other, you could have calmed that shit down and, hey, be like, hey man, we don't want no trouble. Like, whatever you got going on, keep that in your music, or keep it to your, this is a platform to get your music out. You want to talk your opinions and stuff like that. Nah, he wants to just say whatever you want, and then they saying shit about each other, and then shit gets heated, and he's just profiting off of that. He don't care the repercussions that people are gonna have to face with each other. So y'all, I think they need to take a step back and be like, man, who's really got to profit or gain off this shit, and who don't give a fuck about us? These people in these companies and businesses, and I hate to say it like this in an old school way, but the white man, you know what I mean? The man trying to keep a man down, trying to keep a brother down. The man trying to keep us down. That's who's got to gain, and who's gonna be laughing at, everybody. They are. Just like when Pimp C did that knocking doors down, y'all niggas got the game fucked up. Y'all talking shit about each other and beefing with each other. Y'all should get together and make money. Y'all got these white people laughing at us. That's what Pimp C said. And I'm from Texas, and that shit kind of resonates with this topic. Why y'all beefing there's more money to be made with coming together and collabing with unity instead of division. With division, there's drama, there's hatred, there's violence, there's things that could pop off, and all that's not good for just making your money and trying to survive and make your hustle. You know what I mean? So that's some crazy shit, man. And that's my input on that. Adam is an instigator, and he ain't got the people their interests at heart. He doesn't. He's just some suburban white boy who don't know shit about shit, got a big platform, and he's putting all these people out there to talk shit about each other. And when shit goes down, he gonna be fucking sitting in an office, and all them white boys are gonna be laughing at all these vatos and brothers that are beefing with each other in their hoods and shit like that. For real, man. For real. So, like, Big Tone's probably gonna do it. He gonna go to No Jumper, talk about the business, his music, and keep it player, and fucking, he's gonna keep it 100, and he's gonna stay away from that drama, and he's just gonna promote, like, it's gonna be promoting himself, and he's just gonna get good views and all that, and he's gonna stay away from the bullshit. And that's how it should be done. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Big Tone fan, but that's just how it should be done. You know? All the other shit, going back and forth and dissing and creating drama and stuff like that, man. It's entertaining, but the shit could get real. And if you don't want to go there, or, you know, it's just going to cause a mess, why not just keep it pimp and keep it player and just make your money, and then keep the G code and be quiet about things and just promote yourself as an artist. Come up with your music. I mean, that's what I never understood about, if you're gonna be one or the other, but if you're gonna be a rapper and still live the gangster life or live a certain life, that's gonna catch up with you. If you want to better yourself and move behind that and focus on your music, then you can focus more on your music, and only that can go up and grow. You know what I mean? But to each their own. But like I said, that's how most people should conduct themselves, is just go on there and keep it G, and just talk about your music and promote yourself and get the views and shit like that, without the drama and the stuff that can stir up violence. You know what I mean? But for him to allow that, and him not to, like, try to quiet that down, or, you know, he's just instigating. He don't care about the people. He don't care about what people gets hurt. He don't give a damn. You know what I mean? That whole band's disc could have went so bad or sideways had the bands went in there and he was met with opposition. You know, that wouldn't have been good. And who you gonna go back and look at that has started that, or created an avenue for that to even be started or created? Adam, with his bullshit interviews and letting people diss each other and stuff like that. I'm not saying monetize and tell people what they can and cannot say, but have responsibility, take responsibility and accountability, and at least be caring enough to be like, hey, this shit that we're talking about, because it has to do with gangs and real life shit, let's just keep some of this shit off the interview, and let's just keep it, you know, keep getting views. You want to talk about drama, like your life story, something like that. But he has the power and the authority and the responsibility to do that, and he's not doing it. He's just letting them wild out on his platform, and then is creating shit. So and who's gonna be the ones catching all the trouble and the heat? It's gonna be the people, you know, the people that he's bringing on there. And when it all goes down, he ain't gonna give a damn. He'll just talk about this fucking topic and probably laugh about it. I don't like the way Adam is doing the people, and honestly, he shouldn't be putting himself in the mix with those individuals that are real about that. And if you do, be respectful, keep it quiet, keep the interview simple, stuff like that. But nah, he's not doing that. You know what I mean? And you bringing gangbangers to your no jumper and stuff like that, back and forth, different rivals and stuff, man. It's not a good idea. He should be more careful and cautious and take into consideration how serious that shit is in LA. I'm from Texas. We don't live we don't live like that down here. It's more laid back, chill. Everybody does what they want. They wear whatever color they want. Everybody is cool. You know what I mean? There might be some hoods that you want to be careful and cautious in, like Houston and Dallas and certain areas, but everybody gonna be cool with you. Everybody shows respect. You know, the youngsters might wild out, but you just stay away and like you don't get in the mix with all that. Over there in LA, that's real shit. I'm not from there, you know, but what I've seen is real shit. And Adam just needs to watch what he's doing, and then also not having the people's best interests at heart. That ain't good, man. People are gonna see that, and they're gonna, if anything, he's just gonna hurt him. If drama or nothing doesn't pop off, which I hope it doesn't, if that don't pop off, what bad could happen is just people will stop fucking with him, and he's just gonna end up losing views, and his shit's gonna go downhill. You know, he ain't gonna be riding the clout that he does, the internet clout, like he does in about 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? Because people are not gonna fuck with him because they're gonna realize his shit is just for drama, and it just creates drama, and you can't just go on there, you know, just for, but whatever, you know, that's just my opinion. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. That's my opinion about Adam and No Jumper. I don't like the route he's going, the route he's been taking for the last year with these gang members and stuff like that. Like, watch Vlad TV. Watch these other people who do interviews with serious individuals. Notice how they're careful, they're calculated with their questions, they're cautious, they show respect. When the other individual gets out of line and talks about somebody else, you know, they let them do their thing, but then they stay away from it. They don't entertain it. Like, they don't give their 2 cents. And I'm not saying Vlad is like innocent, because he's been caught up in some drama before where rappers have got pissed off at him. But for the most part, from what I've seen, how he's gotten better, he's been respectful and he stays out of the drama. And that's how most people that have big podcasts and those big platforms, that's how they should do it, and stay mutual. Hey, I'm not a supporter of this party or this group or the other. I'm here bringing on an individual from one group. They're going to say what they have to say, their life experiences, and there ain't going to be no drama, no disrespect towards anybody else. And they're just going to keep it G and then say what they got to say, and we're going to keep it cool like that. That's how a big platform should operate. Being careful and cautious with those serious type of individuals and serious type of topics. That is, it might not be real to the suburbs or real to Adam and where he's at in Malibu or Hollywood, but it's real on the other side of the tracks for other people. So just being cautious and careful and respectful with those individuals and those topics. That's just my opinion. But hey, to each their own. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. This is Dark and Scorpio. We'll talk about more topics as the shit unfolds. But that's my opinion about Adam and No Jumper and what I think that they are doing.